Welcome to episode 2 of Cocktails and Bullshit. I'm Brandon. This is Brian. What are we drinking?
Today we are going to have the Revolver, which I found on an app, and it didn't take any time to make, so because I'm tired as hell.
Cheers.
Cheers.
For those at home might notice, Brian's very tan.
That's not bad.
Why are you tan?
Just got back from Rio. I was out there for our client Jamal Hill, who just won the belt. Did you see it?
I did. It was very late.
It was late. It was late for us. It was it didn't start 3 a.m. is when we were done over there. 2 hours ahead over there, and they stayed on American time, which is brutal. Then we got out, and the sun was coming up, and
Congratulations.
it was great. Congrats, Jamal.
Yeah, it was. I saw the video on ESPN.
Yeah, it was the one that on the airplane.
I guess they did like a recap.
Oh, there was a recap,
Yeah.
but then also I posted the little behind the scenes thing from the airplane, and that I guess ended up on, was it UFC BTS or something? One of those big sport network things picked it up, but it was pretty cool. Jamal's wearing the championship well. I was worried that he was going to do rapper shit. We've already had this talk, Jamal, but he's like maturing right every day in front of me, and
What's a trial by fire?
I was worried, Jamal. You had me worried. I was really worried. But he's doing a great job, and he's so many things that are the reason why I think he's doing such a good job is because so many things he's doing behind the scenes are so genuine, which is why I felt like I needed to capture all these things. Like, I know some people, if you follow the UFC, you might have seen Jamal giving shirts to some kids on the beach in Rio. Like, there was no plan to have me record and do all that. He just was talking to these kids, and they were coming up to him. They were running. They were so excited to see him. And then he kept promising them all week that he was. They wanted shirts. He's like, "I get you. I get you." He was going to have some custom shirts shipped to Brazil, but that ended up not happening because of customs. So he went and asked the UFC gear department if they could get some shirts for the kids. He got their size. He remembered their sizes. And like the day of the fight, we were there early in the week. And then the day of the fight, he ran out onto the beach with the shirt. Yeah, the day of the fight. And he ran out onto the beach and gave them the shirts. And the one kid was sprinting. As soon as he saw him sprinting up there, and yeah, he gave him. It was a good moment that you might not expect to see. And then, again, he went over to the beach after he became the champion after an epic fight and said goodbye to the kids, and they were super excited. It's all on social media. You should go check it out.
Yeah, I don't think we can put the fight on.
Not the fight,
podcast,
but the behind the scenes part. The fight was
pretty
great.
good.
But what my point to this is that I want people to know the behind the scenes because, Jamal says some shit. Jamal's a controversial guy, and he says some stuff, and people have some opinions for him because he says things that all are. They make sense, but sometimes they're hard for people to hear. So he says that, and people might have the wrong impression of him. But anyways, like I said, that's why it's important that people see this behind the scenes stuff, because everything that was posted on Jamal's Instagram, which is Sweet Dreams Hill, at Sweet Dreams Hill on Instagram, was not planned and was genuine, and it was because I was there making sure that stuff was captured, and that's what I want people to know. Anyways, how do we get on that?
I just said you look tan.
Yeah, there we go.
So, so today we're going to...
You look tan. 30-minute story about Jamal Hill. Which is, appropriate.
Yeah, well, we'll cut in some videos there. So we learned some things last time, and we're going to... I mean, we caught the internet by storm by episode 1. I mean, just blew it up.
I know.
So now we're going to jump into episode 2, figure it out a little structure, figure it out a little flow.
It's still sketchy.
Oh yeah, super sketch. But
you want to re-explain what we're doing here?
Yeah. So I think Brian has a healthy obsession with social media.
He said that last time.
He likes to share things, and
I get things shared to me, but
a lot. And so I like to look at some of the stuff and pick it apart. And
no, he doesn't have any opinion. And I was thinking maybe it'd be fun if we sent, he never shares anything back, because if he does it, he'll have an opinion that might be perceived. Then I thought, that's not a good idea, because you will see, you'll never get a straight answer out of him. He's a consummate pessimist, doesn't believe in anything, and still won't get a straight answer. Been friends with this guy for 15 years. I don't know if he's a Republican, a liberal, Democrat, nothing.
That's how
He's
I
a
like
fence rider.
That's how I like it. All right. So what do we have? We've got some curated vids. We figured out a little of our technology.
Sometimes I've got to get this down because sometimes I'm just sending you stuff because I think it's funny because it gets shared to me. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I feel like it might spark controversy.
Here's a question before we start. When do you have time to do this? Is this like toilet time? When do these things get populated so I know when I get sent?
First, because I have relationships with my clients and they are sending me stuff all day long. You'd be surprised at some of the shit that I get from my clients. So sometimes it's funny, and if it's funny, I'll pass it on. Like I said, that's what social media is about, right? So I'm not all day just sitting there. Obviously, I work. Okay, so.
All right, so what we got?
I don't know.
What's up first?
See, I sent you this stuff while I was in Brazil, I think. Or maybe it was on the airplane. This one, I think, is probably just going to be a funny one. I'm not sure.
All right, let's see. What do we got?
I don't know why I sent you this either. I just thought it was cool. This, I think you have to have a mustache like this to have a skill like this.
Ooh, okay. Is he going to catch stuff? That's pretty good.
Now look at him when he walks at you. Tell me you don't have to.
Oh, I've seen this guy.
Look at that guy.
I've seen this guy.
He's
He's a he's a professional circus guy.
Nailed
and
it.
he spins knives and stuff.
Man, but again,
But he has a very
I think when you're talented like that,
you got to have that mustache.
you got to look like that.
Yeah.
Because that's not normal. All right.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
All right. So this has been very controversial. This dabbles in your space.
It only dabbles in my space because Dana White owns, or
He's in it.
he's a partner or some, behind this whole thing. So, I was in Rio. I was sitting with Anthony Smith.
I'm looking up
The what?
the Dana White connection. I think it's like TBS. Him and
Oh, it's on TBS for sure. And
Yeah.
I think he's I don't know if he probably owns it, but he's promoting it. He's maybe obviously a partner. Anyways, we were sitting on the rooftop having a couple of caipirinhas.
what is that?
In Brazil. It's the traditional Brazilian drink. It's like a modified mojito and margarita mixed together, if that's accurate to say. Anyways, Laura Sanko was kind of not sure what to think of the whole thing, while Anthony Smith was like, I fucking love it. This is from my town. This is where I'm from. So he had the whole thing all for it. So he was a huge fan. And, I don't know. I haven't seen a whole show of it yet. I've only seen the highlights, but I think that this show is just made for an instant highlight. So,
Okay.
yeah, I can watch it.
Let's
I'm
see what
curious
you
to
got.
see what happens to this dude.
Yeah.
3 seconds in and
Oh,
boom.
Jesus.
Yeah. Did you hear that? I mean, it's instant gratification. Oh, dude's out. You know what it's like? It's like if we were to watch a football game and it was just touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. That's why I can't watch football. Or, people feel the same way about soccer. Just give me the highlights.
Yeah.
But I do think it's detrimental to you.
That's
Those are set up hard shots. There was one guy on there that looked like his face was falling off on one side.
Yeah, it's not been a good. I think it made a little bit of a splash kind of during COVID when all those Russian, there was a kind of viral videos of that one dude with the big beard.
Oh, yeah.
Taking all those hits. From that perspective, I get it's kind of like a viral thing, seeing two mountains of men slap each other. But it's got to be, just because their hand is open, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
And how does it I don't know.
Did you lose your train of thought there, buddy?
Yeah. Because I'm thinking of a video that I saw where that dude's face is all smashed to one side.
It's instant gratification. If I come across it on TikTok, I know I'm not going to be watching a 3 or 4 minute video. I've got 10 seconds of my time to watch someone get cold knocked out. But whether and yeah, I just don't think this is. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to do it, but I'll watch it. This dude. Oh yeah. Who has this friend?
Zoom in on those.
He doesn't realize he's got a hot
microphone.
mic.
Fucking dumb. I can't hear you. You fucking asshole, dude. To the music. I can't
But they can hear that guy too, right?
Well, he's just telling him. He's like, dude, I got a fucking mic on, man. All right, that was just funny. Anyways, I gotta be more aware of what I send to you so that I can make sure it's curated properly. Because some stuff I just think is funny. This is probably gonna help you out.
Ooh.
Because you know how I like to believe everything I see.
Yeah.
This is a really good example of how you could probably be tricked. Check this out.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, I can tell that's fake right now.
So it's just a little airplane, but that looked like a big ass plane.
For a second.
Put it in
but-
slow motion. Get the screaming audience, like
But
you
right
said.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh
About
my god.
there.
No, right about there, you
you
start thinking that it's a little toy. Anyways,
The Mandela effect.
okay.
Oh, we're back to
Back to
this.
the Mandela effect. I don't think we can watch this one because this is a long TikTok, but
Okay.
apparently this is the Mandela effect explained. So
Okay.
if you want to watch it at some point and take away some talking points, then we can maybe come back to it. I don't know
Okay.
if I want to sit here and watch this guy, but I did watch some of it. Pretty interesting. It's in your DMs, so go check it out.
Okay.
Now let's see.
The worst part about space exploration is that we're
Okay, so this one, this is probably the reason why I am so fascinated with UFOs and stuff like that. But this isn't necessarily a UFO one, and I'm not, like I said, the UFOs is one thing, but the vastness of the universe. This is what gets me thinking there's got to be something out there, and I love these types of things. So this is here. Just check this out.
All right, let's see it.
Watch my drink. Do you like the drink? By the way?
It's delicious.
It's not bad.
I will say last time, the Evil 100, a little stout.
A little strong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little strong.
A little strong.
This
This, is
is-
the puncher's chance.
This is a good sipper.
This is Puncher's Chance. This is Bruce Buffer's stuff,
Ah.
which I hung out with Bruce Buffer a little bit in Rio. It was fun, Bruce. Tried
Just
his-
dropping names.
Tried his cologne. I walked in. He's got a line of cologne out. He's like, "Hey, check this out." He's like, "Psh." I was like, "Pooh." But it wasn't bad. I think it's called "It's Time." Anyways,
That's clever.
clever. Anyways, yeah. So, anyways, check this out.
The worst part about space exploration is that we're stuck right there. If we were traveling the speed of light, which is the fastest anything can possibly travel, it would take us over 22,000 years to leave our galaxy.
So just to get out of our gas. So the Earth is in that little teeny area there.
Yeah.
And have you seen it when they zoom out and the galaxy? So what, 22,000 years to get across that little thing there? There's an image where you zoom out and the galaxies look like individual stars, and there's billions of galaxies.
Yeah.
So and those are like this far apart.
Well, I think one of the things is we're thinking about propulsion as we know it right now, which is not going to work in space.
Well, I'm not talking about propulsion and getting there. And I mean, I'm just saying there's got to be, there's no way you can say there's not life out there or something. With all that in that little speck of 22,000 year space, there's and the trillions of little,
So, and this is where I think you and I have had these discussions. I don't think there's aliens here right this second milling around. That doesn't mean I don't believe there's got to be other things everywhere else, far, far away.
Okay. Well, we can keep checking.
Okay.
Let's see if
If
there's
we
anything else
traveled
interesting
along
here or
its
not.
plane. And that's the speed of light. We can't travel that fast. The fastest technology ever built by humans is the Parker Solar Probe, and that's only capable of reaching 690,000 kilometers per hour. That's 0.064% the speed of light. That's the fastest object ever built. And at that speed, we wouldn't be able to leave the Milky Way for over 36 million years. But even then, we
pretty
wouldn't
crazy.
reach the next closest large galaxy, Andromeda, for almost 4 4 billion years. Even hypothetically, if we were at the speed of light, we wouldn't reach Andromeda
Those are little
for
galaxies.
2.5 million years. And sure, it might not seem like that. There's time dilation and relativity, but I'm talking about this from the perspective of people on Earth. This is one of the biggest problems for space exploration. We can look out in the night.
Anyways, big universe, aliens for sure.
Yeah, believe it, 100%.
For those of you saying,
Oh, I just saw this, and I don't even know what it's talking about, but maybe you can figure out because you're a camera and light guy. Okay, because there's some weird shit going on with him already.
Okay.
The earlobes, you've seen the
Yeah,
earlobes.
we've talked about the earlobes. Yeah.
His earlobes have changed like 3 times.
Okay.
Twice, for sure. All right, look at.
it's just a shadow.
But also, let me preface this. I just started seeing some other conspiracy things where like government's using like masks and shit like that. So I don't know if it's real, but anyways, look at this.
Look at this. Come on, man, look, it's the thing, you know the thing. For those of you saying it's just a
Is
shadow.
that a shadow?
Look at this.
Yeah.
That's a shadow.
Come on, man, look, it's
No,
the thing,
I
you know the thing.
Is it? Maybe it
For
is.
those of you
It's
saying
moving
it's
kind of
just a
funny there.
shadow.
But so also, it could be.
It's weird looking.
Look at this.
It's a weird
But look, it's moving.
perspective.
Come
It's
on, man,
it's
look,
moving.
the
But so,
thing, you
but
know
so,
the thing.
see,
right by
those
his
of
neck,
you
the
saying
collar.
the
it's
light
just
could
a
be
shadow.
coming from here,
And it's just a hard light.
and it's a hard light and a weird. It's not lit well. It's very harsh, but I don't think that means he's wearing a face mask.
All right, next one.
Here's 2 instances of what looks to be super soldiers caught on camera. This
I saw this one. One is weird. One I think I can explain, and I think you're going to say it's like foreground, foreshortening type of thing, which
first one is from
which will be this
2014
one.
from the Ferguson riots, where video was captured of what looks to be a soldier double the size of the other
Unless that motherfucker's really right by him.
soldiers
He looks
just
big.
standing around. The other instances from North
This
Korea
one.
during a parade that they do with their military equipment through the
a
streets,
giant.
and we see with the other soldiers, one standing who looks to be double the height of
That's
the
a
other
big
ones
dude.
around. Since
So
the
this
very
is gonna be
first time
super
that two groups
soldiers
of people
like
started
Captain
warring
America?
against each other,
Well,
armies
I don't
were
know.
looking for ways to create super
Just saying, I'm
soldiers,
asking
from
a
the
question.
giant Goliath of the Philistines.
I've been
through
seeing
the
a whole bunch of
Nazis'
giant
tactical
stuff. Not
super
that I believe in
soldiers through the Brill
giants, but
Society. What's actually going on?
Okay,
That-
so here's why I would say that this is not a thing.
just a tall dude.
Well, because being big in this like modern warfare world would not be that advantageous. It's not like a lot of hand-to-hand combat.
Well, I'm not saying they made him. I'm saying maybe he's just like some genetic.
Just juiced him up.
I don't know. The whole super soldier thing I'm not getting, but maybe there's just because I don't know. I mean, that Korean one looked weird. The SWAT team one, I can give a little foreground, foreshortening thing, but that guy was in a line of like 100,000 soldiers in
Yeah.
a lineup. That's all I'm saying.
Cloning and genetic manipulation in facilities to create super soldiers is beyond what we even know. Here's 2 instances.
No, I don't buy that one.
If you watch Back to the Future,
Oh, this is the whole Hollywood pedophile thing. I think we're almost done here.
Well, yeah, we're at
For the
30.
day.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Anyways,
three
Hollywood.
at the very end, look
I
at this.
think.
This kid signals forward, is motioning you to come forward, and then just wait. What's he pointing at? This is some crazy Hollywood child crazy shit. It's scary, it's weird. Anything you see on camera was planned.
Look at my pecker.
It's not
What's he
there by
doing?
accident. This kid didn't just do
I don't
this
think that's
himself.
anything. I think that's
Nah.
a young kid on set.
Yeah,
just
it's
talking to
background.
someone
Crazy.
offset.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dumb.
The Demon on Dutch
This one's weird.
Okay.
national television. What do you
is that?
think?
Is that just
The Demon on Dutch national
I
television.
don't.
it's a
that's
shapeshifter? That's a whole thing, you know. That's a whole nother thing. Jens will tell you all about it. There's a weird one where Beyonce
I think
gets
that's
all
just an
crazy on
ugly
camera,
woman
too.
or ugly person.
Possibly.
in bad
Let's see.
lighting.
We might be nearing the end here.
This video has been going around on social
Oh.
media of a man
This-
who
we are
found a
getting close to the
mosquito
end.
with the number 38 printed on his body. And then the next day he found another one with a different number printed on its body. And of course, there's been a conspiracy. Some people are saying that the man is just breeding mosquitoes to do scientific experiments on them, and therefore somehow putting numbers on their backs to keep track of them. Other people are saying there's a conspiracy.
It could just be a birthmark,
For years,
huh?
people have believed that birds, but mainly pigeons, are made by the government to spy on humans. And there's been many strange events over the years where thousands of birds have dropped dead out of the sky. And people believe this is due to the government having technical difficulties, and that the COVID lockdowns was to keep everybody inside so that the government can go out and replace and change all the pigeons. Maybe they had a new update. Let me know what you think.
They're creative, man.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely drones and surveillance and stuff like that, but
I don't think they're robot pigeons. But this is where you can get good movie plots and good stuff from. Like, I'd like to see, from TikTok. I think that might be it.
A very strange
Oh,
occurrence.
wait, no. One
In the
more
middle of the
shapeshifter.
presidential meeting, the White House press secretary began to have very strange behavior. If you look into his eyes, we can see how truly bizarre it really was.
Why'd they say his? And that does look like a reptile's eye.
no.
That's a she, right?
Yeah, maybe, but I see again, bad video. That could be contacts. There we
How
go.
does this make sense?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. So,
Google Earth.
back to the...
Oh, is this Antarctica?
Yeah, the conspiracy around, I guess, Antarctica. I don't know. Let me see. I really don't remember this. I was half asleep when I sent it.
This is Antarctica. Wait for it.
Oh, wait. I remember this one. Yeah, this one's bullshit. I think that this is an easily debunked one. Because they're trying to make a big conspiracy, because you know how you can zoom in on Google Maps and take it right down to floor level?
Yeah.
Like, oh, all of a sudden we're here. Like,
oh, get out of here.
Yeah, so that's just somebody, some nerd that's like,
Yeah,
no one's
it's-
going to search this pixel.
Yeah, and it looks stupid. Come on.
Yeah.
Now, I do think if you were trying to hide some stuff, that's a good place to hide it, because that's not a country.
Antarctica? Mm-hmm. Hide what?
If you were trying to do some stuff.
UFOs. So you do believe in UFOs?
No. I'm just saying that would be a convenient place to do some stuff.
Why would you even bring up that topic if you were like, yeah, that is a convenient place. There's a lot of conspiracies about UFOs in Antarctica.
I'm just saying that if you're going to do some stuff.
So you don't believe still? Yes or no?
I think we've addressed this.
But you won't give an answer.
Do I believe in UFOs? The
Yeah.
definition of yeah, because there's a bunch of unidentified stuff up there. Do I believe that aliens are flying around our cities, checking us out and watching us from afar? No.
No, you don't.
No, because I think they would be drones. I don't think they would send little people.
So you think it's us?
No, they could be drones controlled by some other
aliens.
Sure.
Okay, so you do believe in aliens?
I've never met one.
Okay. Whatever. We'll keep trying. What's this one?
Y'all gotta see this. I just talked to a tree. Yes, I talked to a tree. I saw it on TikTok.
I saw this one too.
I went to my backyard and I talked.
I actually think when I was watching this, I was like, I wonder how many people went outside and tried this because of this. Hang on. See, have you seen this?
No.
Supposedly you can go up and stand beside a tree and kind of talk to it.
Yeah.
And it will in some way, shape, or form make a motion or gesture towards you. I get it.
I kind of like that Chris is on the other side of the camera right now, so he can hear all this bullshit.
I'm just telling you what the fucking TikTok is.
All
I'm
right,
not telling
let's
you that
see.
I believe it.
No, you believe it. I can tell.
No, I don't.
Let's go.
Okay.
The tree and it responded to me, and I called my sister. She's not picking up the phone, but I need you guys to see this. Okay, there is nothing on the side of me. There's nothing on the side of me. Nothing above me. Okay. Tree, if you can hear me, touch my shoulder.
She's even laughing.
Okay. Tree, did you guys see that?
There's a whole hashtag about this.
Touch my shoulder.
Yep, I'm guaranteed. There's no fishing line. None.
I don't believe this. I'm telling you.
Okay, but this is the thing.
But I bet a
Bria
lot of
music.
people went out and tried it.
If you can hear me, touch my shoulder.
Did we just repeat it again?
No, she's still doing it. So
Yeah, she should just move to another branch now. Let me see. Move to
yeah,
another one.
exactly. All right, so
Alright,
this guy again.
Wait, no.
So is she
Actress Camila Cabello actually saw some.
is she just troll? Like, is this to just get people excited and troll? And it said Brianna Music or something like that. Is she just trying?
No, this is
I'm
what-
trying to understand why people would even go like, why fake that?
They're TikTok people.
But is that what it is? That's what I'm trying to understand. Like, what is this? Just bored people during COVID?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, but I think there's some stuff on here that's, truthful. Like I learned how to cook from COVID and TikTok. Okay, so who's this guy?
Camila Cabello.
Hold on, we'll start over. Here we go.
Actress Camila Cabello actually saw something really strange
Oh,
when she was
this
hiking
was
with
really
her
good
family.
footage.
They went to take a picture and they saw something. They captured something on camera. Check this out. Pay
Yeah,
attention.
so we're hiking, and there's been a lot of spooky activity there. Like, I'm talking UFO, like alien activity. And I'm not one of those people that's like, I don't want to believe, and then I see something that isn't there. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, my parents do love UFO documentaries. I'm okay. Like, I am fascinated by, like, what's already on Earth. Like, I love nature documentaries, like Planet Earth, all that stuff. I'm not super in the extraterrestrial. So I am coming from, like, a more skeptical,
Skip to the
like,
footage.
skeptical mind. Yeah. But we take this picture. I'm taking a picture of my mom and dad. And my dad is looking through the pictures. And he sees these two objects, which when we slowed the video down, there was three. And guys, I slowed the video down and everything. I think that we might have caught a UFO, and I was debating on showing the video here because I don't want, like, if the aliens trusted me to be there at that moment, I don't want them to think I'm exploiting them right now. Like,
This footage is very similar to that drone footage I
I
saw.
want you to pay attention. See, she says there's three objects. We can see two. Pay attention.
We love aliens from other planets.
We
or
welcome
whatever you
everybody,
want to be called.
everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally.
Yeah, but we had this video of a UFO.
Guys.
Watch this. Pay attention.
guys, it's crazy.
And watch.
Do you guys see
See it?
that?
Yeah.
Guys.
So here it is in slow motion. Let's take another look at this.
I slowed this video down, this picture down.
What's this? What is that?
Guys, and there's another one that comes from the left
She's gonna
mountain
show a
to the
picture with the
right.
two of them, and she says they go behind the mountain. You can actually see that in the video.
Guys, there's
Thing.
two.
Look at
There's two. That does not look like a bird. It's not a phone thing because you see it clearly go from behind the mountain.
Actress.
If it was a jet plane, which is what I was thinking, like fighter jets, maybe like practicing, they would have heard that. That would have been silent.
Yeah, but the other thing, that could be like a fleck of dust in a really weird perspective to the camera where it just kind of flicked
Now,
past the
you
cliff.
think that looked like a fleck of dust?
I think that's more reasonable than a silent alien propulsion UFO.
That
She's
footage.
breaking. Was she selling a movie? Like, she's an actress. What was her reason to be at Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah, she was promoting a movie. Yeah, but I mean, that's still like,
And she
doesn't mean things like that couldn't happen. Like, I could be promoting something else and then have say, oh yeah, this also. Okay, so see, those are some weird TikToks. There's some strange occurrences happening on TikTok. And speaking of which, the other day we were talking about the Mandela Effect, and we were trying to find out what really happened with it. I told you I told that to Lex McMahon, who's the son of Ed McMahon.
Right.
And he was verifying for it, but I never followed up with him. So
Okay.
why don't we actually try to call him now, bring him in,
get
and
him in.
talk to him about his dad, Ed McMahon, not ever being with Publishers.
And let's set
Clearinghouse.
up for the younger generation out there. Ed McMahon.
Ed McMahon was Johnny Carson's right-hand man for The Tonight Show for
ever
decades. And he also was an icon.
He was like a spokesperson.
He was a spokesperson, but he was also an icon for Publishers Clearinghouse.
Or so you think.
In my memory, and in everybody else's, including his
son.
sons,
Right. Okay.
apparently. So
All right,
here,
let's get
Lex.
Okay, so you've got questions. We've got answers.
So yeah, we were talking the other day about the Mandela Effect, and one of the ones that I was trying to verify that was strange to me, I actually have firsthand access to with my good friend in the business, Lex McMahon. He is the CEO of Titan FC. He's also a former Marine, right, Lex? Lex, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. But Marine isn't the right term. Like, you're always a Marine, not former.
Yeah, there you go. My bad. You're always a Marine. My bad. Yeah, not former. Got you. Chris is over here rolling his eyes at me, probably.
Always a Marine, bro.
Anyway, so the Mandela effect that we were talking about, and I actually asked you about it when I heard about it, Lex, was your dad never worked for Publishers Clearinghouse. And that is a Mandela effect that I swear on everything. I remember your dad's face on those things. So I had to call Lex and say, hey, what is this, Lex? What about this? And Lex even himself was like, no, yeah, he did. What did you say? How do you put so many kids through school or something like that? Or something. I don't know. But you thought that too, Lex.
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing. I guess I never, thought about what the company was. Everybody said Publishers Clearinghouse.
Is it Lex, or is that, or is that the Mandela effect, Lex? Is it that?
That's what I'm saying. I think there may be something to that. There may be something to that, which I didn't believe in before. I thought it was all bullshit and hype, but here we are, something that I have really intimate personal experience with, and I totally was mystified that I was wrong. Like when we talked about it the other day, I was blown away. Like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah, but now you're just kind of accepting the fact that you're accepting that, okay, well, maybe it wasn't. I just didn't pay attention.
Yeah, exactly. There was that time in the Marines, I got dropped on my head, all that kind of stuff.
You just fought again, right? And you've had two fights now in the last couple years.
Yep.
Lex, no more, Lex.
And got my ass kicked in the last one, and in fact, I'm still a little sore from the last one. So we could say maybe I forgot because of that.
How old are you now, Lex?
51.
Come on, man. No more. No more. We call it a day, man. I know you're always going to want to be a fighter. Once a fighter, always a fighter. How about that? Same like the Marines.
Yeah, exactly. No, man. It's interesting. The first time I fought and won in 58 seconds, I was like, man, I never want to do this again. I didn't train for like 3 months or 4 months. I, got fat, and I don't know, man. And then here I was, and I had a good fight until, objectively, I thought I was winning the fight until I wasn't.
Until I wasn't.
But you know what though? As soon as the swelling went down, and I felt like okay, I couldn't wait to get back and start training again.
Yeah,
it's weird. And I have no desire to fight at all, but just the idea of getting back to training was exciting to me. So who knows? But at 51, I think. Listen, I had.
You did it. You checked the bucket list. I thought I was old when I did my last one, but you're 10 years ahead of me. Mine was like 41. You're 51. That's a lot. There's no way.
A lot of people. No one really knows because I haven't really talked about it. Because I'm not, one to make excuses about things. But now that time has gone by, just as a piece of fact, I can tell you that the night before, I had some parasite from, I think the first time or the last time I had been in the Dominican Republic. It surfaced. I was so violently ill all night long, didn't sleep, spent the whole day of the fight in the hospital, didn't get to the arena until 8:30. Like, basically, I walked into the arena, wrapped up, and got ready to fight. But, for me, it was never about winning or losing. The fight was always the journey, and talking about, the story and raising awareness about PTSD and the mental component and emotional aspects that go along with it. So, getting it and fighting, it was never a question. It was going to happen. And, I had fun actually fighting. I felt better fighting this time than I did the first time I fought. And, all credit to my opponent, Luis, man. He put it on me. And it was a great time. It was a great experience, but no real desire to do it again, man. I'm good. My daughter, they even told me, or Shorty asked her a question, or asked me a question, and he goes, all right, so when's the next one? And she just started saying, no. So I think at 51, we're going to focus on maybe training the next generation, my daughter Addie, to carry on the torch. But I'll find other ways to tell the story and raise awareness and raise money. I mean, we ended up raising like $50,000, man. So
yeah, you always do it for a good cause. So that's commendable. But you're a good guy, Lex. You're one of my best friends in this industry.
Toys for Tots.
What's that?
Yeah, same, bro. No, I said, listen, it was, we did it this time for A Hero, to prevent veteran suicide, and then also Toys for Tots to help, kids that are from an underprivileged situation and just need some hope. I actually called my fight the Fight for Hope.
Oh, that's great. All right. Well, thank you for coming in.
Man, we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in and clearing up the thing with your dad. I still think that you're.
But see, this is real evidence that somebody is personally.
But he's also not sure himself. He's like.
But that's your whole point, is that there's a glitch in the matrix somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I mean, it was baffling when Brian called me. I was so adamant. I'm like, Brian, of course he was. What are you talking about? He's like, man, I don't know. And he explained the whole thing to me. And we got off that phone call. I was like, I'll check, bro. But I'm telling you, I'm adamant. And, then, the holidays came, and then we hadn't chatted over a little bit. Then, he called me the other day, and we started talking. I was like, oh my God, you're right.
And have you heard of any others since?
Really
yeah. Have you heard of any others since then? Like the Stovetop stuffing?
No, I haven't had a chance to. Oh, have I heard of other incidents? No, I haven't. But that's definitely something now I'm in tune to.
You should pay attention, because I know Stouffer's stovetop stuffing was a real thing.
Yeah, I totally remember it too. I'm the same way.
But it's not. It's craft stovetop stuffing.
Man, you're right. Remember for sure. Like stovetop. Yeah, of course. Of course, man.
Well, we appreciate you jumping in and clarifying this, because I'm trying to get Brian to bring some real evidence to some of these conspiracies. And so I like the firsthand knowledge.
I'm glad that I can actually be a bastion of fact. For this
Listen, so also just so you know, Lex, this show is not about MMA or anything like that. Lex and I are in the MMA industry. We're just Brandon is a friend of mine. We've been business partners, and he had this idea to put this together. So we're basically using the bar here in my house, and we're having a couple of cocktails, and he's calling it Cocktails and Bullshit. And the bullshit that came up was the Mandela Effect. So,
and we always give a shout out. What's some social media contact information for your organization and for you?
For me, it's just at Lex McMahon on Instagram and Twitter, and it's at Titan Fighting.
Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
I'll talk to you soon, Lex.
All right, guys. Cheers, man.
All right.
Big hugs, Brian.
See you, man. Thank you.
Thanks. All right. I'm warming up to the idea. Got some evidence, some firsthand knowledge.
Told you.
All right. Well, thanks for getting right here. Cheers.
Cheers.
Another episode down, getting better at this. Episode 2. Send us messages in the DMs about what you guys want to see and hear, and we'll try to incorporate. We have some more conspiracy
I like the
theories.
way that you asked him for his Instagram tags. I was like, ooh, someone's researching. Someone's doing some hosting.
All right. Well, until next time, cheers.
Cheers.